Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and this is going to be a video about my Penance Brand Pathfinder. And obviously Penance Brand has been insanely popular this league. You see so many people running it, so I'm going to talk a little bit about my version. And obviously we are always looking at other people are doing on PoE Ninja and other streamers like Rue and Steel, etc. And Penance Brand is probably and it's especially Penance Brand of Dissipation is probably one of the most used and one of the most meta builds this league. And you might have already seen my Inquisitor guide, which is incredibly strong. I have basically turned that into a dedicated Sanctum runner, and I've turned this build into a dedicated boss runner. And honestly, as you can see in the background, I'm now fighting Uber Maven, and I was like, you know what? I only have 3.8k life, but I'm pretty confident I can just send it without practice, and boom, Uber Maven's dead. And yeah, 2 times back to back, no problem. Didn't even get close to getting touched. And it was tankier than I thought as well. So let's go over the build and what I'm doing, and we'll talk a little bit about the differences between Inquisitor and Pathfinder. So my Inquisitor is way squishier than this. It has like 1.8k life, sort of. It is petrified blood, so it does have more. But that is actually really fucking squishy. It is a dedicated Sanctum runner. I have done some bosses with it, but if I get hit, I would die. However, I think it's at 38 million damage already, and I can actually get that up to... I'm still using garbage gear. I'm pretty sure I could get it up to 60 to 80 million on hardcore with the current level of squishiness, which would be really fun for a lot of bosses that you just snap out of existence. But if you get hit by the wrong move, there's quite a lot of moves that you can one-shot. Now, this build is using a lot of cool technology. So we're using Olesia's Delight, and I double corrupted it, and I got one of the best corruptions. Sadly, the skill effect duration does not affect poison. I initially thought it did, so I got extra excited when I hit it. But the cast speed is huge for this build, and the skill effect duration is really good for like Malevolence and keeping that buff up. So I quite enjoyed that, and yeah, very, very useful. I handed in the double corrupted Asenath's Gentle Touch. I did not get the best in slot, but I got second or third best outcome. I already had a +1 gems, so it is just 2 additional levels for my haste, grace, and purity of elements. But the best in slot would be +1 frenzy, +1 gems, because every frenzy charge is 12% more damage, because I'm getting both affliction charges and frenzy charges thanks to Relicish's Impatience. If you aren't already familiar with this cool interaction, Relicish's Impatience doesn't give you frenzy, endurance, and power charges. It just counts as you having them. So that means that if you're converting either the endurance, frenzy, or power charges with one of the Maven belts, you're still getting both as long as you're able to generate the new charges. And I am able to generate the affliction charges with this 7% suppress and 3% frenzy. And then the other charms I have is onslaught and phasing. I really need this for bossing. I could do honestly another one of these to stack up damage faster would be really good for bossing, because obviously I don't have Runebinder, so it's not like I'm stacking up super fast against one target. So having 2 of those to stack faster would be really good. It would still have a max of 100. What jewels am I using? I'm using a Balance of Terror with Wither, so I try to cast Despair quite often. I'm using the Immutable Force Blood Nosh technology, and then we are using a Circling Oblivion with Septic Spells to be able to drop Herald of Agony. And I'm using a Unholy Grace, Unwavering Evil, Wicked Pal. And this cluster duel is very easy. Step 1, use 1 aberrant fossil and then hit it on the first try. That's what I did, and I really recommend you do the same. Honestly, you should do that for all of your crafts. Just simply hit it on the first try, and you don't have to use so much currency. I was very lucky with that, so that was nice. Other than that, I'm using pretty simple jewels. I just have like 2 stats, like life and 1.5 damage, or life and double damage. Sadly, this one had fire damage over time multiplier instead of chaos. So it was very close to good. I'm using a Ming's Heart, and for mapping, I'm using an Obliteration. So even though we are, technically losing half of our damage to conversion, because if we don't have this, we would have lightning damage. We are ignoring that because we have so much damage anyway. And I'm not 100% sure how much damage I have, but I mean, I saw Uber Maven melting before she was able to throw out the 3 things. So yeah, I was also able to face tank her auto attack, and yeah, we have quite a lot of tank here. I don't have insane amount of conversion, so I wouldn't want to do shaper slams and stuff like that. And I'm rest capping with flasks, so that means that on hardcore I need to have Speaker of the Dead so that the flask ghost can't interrupt and destroy me. Other than that, I have a pretty insane ring because obviously we are very struggling on this build. So we have tier 1 cast speed from Exile. We have tier 2 lightning wrist, tier 1 int. Oh, actually, it's with an int essence. I just got lucky with the cast speed. These are kind of deterministic to use if you really... So I remember how I made this now. So I used a deafening essence of spite until I got any high resist and an open suffix. And then I did suffixes cannot be changed and reforge caster. I think it's the only, yeah, reforge caster, because you can hit attack speed and cast speed on attack speed, or on speed I mean. So I just got lucky with tier 1. And then that turns into 19% with the catalyst quality. So they're not too bad to make because there's only 3 tiers of cast speed, I believe. This I identified, so that was just crazy lucky. Is just an insane amulet. Now I wish that it was, I think I need dex. No, I think I need strength and int would have been better. So it was a little bit unlucky. It's strength and dex. On the shield, what I did was I used resist essences until I hit tier 1 spell suppression and open suffix. And then I did suffixes cannot be changed, veiled chaos orb, and I unveiled effective curses, which is really nice because we're using 2 curses and they're very important for the build. Then I did suffixes cannot be changed, reforged life. And then once I hit tier 1 life and didn't break the shield, I did a Hunter Exalted Orb, and that's guaranteed percentage life. And then, yeah, the last one's a craft. I did want a shield with some energy shield, but we don't really want to go above 200 or 300 because we are using stun thresholds based on the energy shield instead of life, and we want to get stunned constantly to be tanky. Other than that, the skill tree is pretty easy to follow, I think. Did I level up with Penance Brand? I can't remember what I leveled up with. I know my Templar I leveled up with Penance Brand. I think Steel Mage leveled his Pathfinder up with Penance Brand. I feel like I did something else. I think I did Toxic Rain to level 70 and then swapped. Maybe I was 72. But I wanted to have all the poison nodes and stuff like that, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be good early. There's also a build that doesn't get many implicits, and you can definitely like get implicits, higher implicits on your helmet. So that would be pretty nice. You could also get Curse Effect. So the helmet's pretty straightforward. I just wanted high res, tier 1 suppression, and then yeah. We do want the crafted prefix. Obviously getting 10% like on a Corral helmet would be better, but yeah, kind of hard to get. Did end up with a pretty okay helmet. I could get higher implicits, which would be really big because I don't have a shield, so I don't have 100% elemental damage. But honestly, I know Steel has a Watcher's Eye, so I could borrow that if I wanted to for some Ubers, I think. But I'm already killing Ubers. The only thing that would be kind of scary right now would be particularly Shaper, because his slam is scary. But yeah, other than that, pretty easy, pretty straightforward, very wonderful build. I'm actually actively using both the Templar and the Pathfinder. The Pathfinder is just so instant damage for Sanctum, sorry, I almost said Incursion, and an amazing Sanctum farmer. And this is a really good Uber farmer. So it's great to have both. And yeah, just great different purposes. This is a lot nicer for mapping too, because it's so easy to use obliteration. And you could make a +2 damage dagger with a chaos damage. And you know what? Just for fun, let's throw that in on how to craft that. Let's show how to make a really easy weapon for this build. I'm gonna go with a pagan wand, which is a little 34 base and has less cast speed, but most of the time you will be struggling or not want to have high int, and this one only needs 118, so that's well worth the 4 cast speed. So first, you're gonna alteration roll until you hit +1 spell skills, and then if you're in trade, you kind of want to imprint. Now, it would be even better to have a fractured one, but then you can't imprint, because I would love chaos.multi as a suffix. Oops, sorry. So let's annul that until it's only like that. Now, obviously, if we have an imprint, oh, actually, we don't need to annul it. If we have an imprint, it would be even safer and easier in case you hit a prefix, because a prefix you would need to do the prefix to suffix piece, because you do want the suffix for the start here. Then we do multi-mod, and then we do cannot roll attack mods. And let's see. Oh, I forgot. No, we do on the lightning rest con. Okay, you know what? Boom, you're deleted. Prefixes cannot be changed. And then we do, so we can use, is it lightning and fizz? I always forget. Lightning and fizz, we can both use. So I think fizz is the one that's guaranteed. I can't remember if lightning is. No, lightning is not because of the caster stuff. But fizz is guaranteed while doing this. The difference with doing this, if you have the fractured dot multi, is first off, you can't imprint. And there's another caveat, and that's that you cannot do prefixes cannot be changed. So you can only do multi-mod and cannot roll attack mods. And the problem with that is that there's a 25% chance you remove all spell skill gems and have to start over again. Now, there's another thing we want to do, and that is, let's see. I can't remember if we want to Ash Thing Unveil. I think we do. I think just crafting any suffix is fine here. Let's see. Do I want to Ash Thing Unveil or do I want to Chaos Orb? Okay, so that doesn't always hit a prefix. Now, this is the safest to do this repeatedly because it can never fill the item completely here. Now, you might be thinking, well, Zizaran, what if I don't unveil what I want, right? What do I do then? Like, I didn't get what I want right now. Well, then we unveil this. This is the damage, a chaos, and attack. And notice how both of these are caster. So this is safe. This is a safe thing to do. You will never brick your item doing this, but it will cost a lot of currency. So now I do cannot roll caster mods, and I use a null. Okay, well, ideally when the other one's gone too. Like this. And that's a lot of times to lose a 50-50. Bro. There we go. Okay, it went away eventually. So yeah, enjoy spending currency on that. But if you're ever wondering how people are safely making these items, then it's like that. And if we go back to the veil step, oops. If we go back to the veil step, what we would want to hit, and obviously you can't block anything. Sadly, this is not really big for us because it doesn't scale our poison. And we can't block anything. But this is the one we want to hit. So sadly, the chaos heals have increased skill effect duration does not help us, but we are now able to get 69 spell damage. The only other thing you could really do, no, there's not really much else you could do really. Now you can do like the stuff. You could multi-mod actually. You could multi-mod, or you could do Reforged Caster as a suffix. So obviously we can do prefixes cannot be changed, and that's fine. And then we have Reforge. Reforged Speed will give you other stuff, right? Yeah. Reforged Caster should always give you either crit or cast speed. Reforged Chaos will always give you dot multi. You could get a bad tier or chaos rest. So there's some downsides no matter what. And this could happen where you fill it up completely. So technically the safest thing you could do would be add remove while only having, let me just remove one of them here. Prefix can be changed, and then add remove chaos or add remove caster. Now technically if you add remove chaos twice, you would get both chaos rest and dot multi. So, you know, at least there's that. And I think it's the same with caster, I believe. I'll double check for you. Add remove caster should give you both. Oh wait, I need to get rid of there. Add remove caster and then add remove caster. Yeah, so it's the same there. Now obviously the chaos one is more beneficial because chaos res is actually a useful stat. So those are your choices, and you can craft pretty high chaos speed and pretty high dot multi. So whichever one you choose, I would choose chaos, but whichever one you choose, you can craft the other. So that would be a really, really nice single target weapon. I'm just using a corrupted cold iron point with 50 damage over time. And yeah, that's been pretty nice, to be honest. So that's what we're doing so far. Loving the build. And yeah, bandits, I'm using those two. some ailment immune, which is nice. And I think that's everything. And the bandits are skill point, obviously, on every build now, because bandits suck. Hope you guys enjoyed the build video. Obviously, not as detailed as my league starters, but yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying what we're doing this league. Thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video, but more importantly, try to die less than I do.